Good afternoon. We are at our campsite, but with no welcome packet. So I'll explain why that's a problem in just a minute. So where we're camping, they have bathroom and showers that are coded. We're kind of at a resort area is where we're at, an RV resort. And so if check-in is after 5, they leave your envelope taped to the door. So we got here and it's 4:50, no envelope on the door with our name. So John called the after hours number, left a message. She just called us back and she said, you know what, I'll be right there. I probably just left it inside. So basically our campsite's booked. It's just we need the code to be able to get into everything. Super excited to be here. We're gonna get settled and then I'll check in with you guys.
We go down here to the next one. Okay, here, you want it? Or do you need it? You know where it's at?
Let's do a bathroom check. It's actually super clean. Me and John have never stayed here before and we've only been here about 10 minutes and I can already tell you this place is really, really nice. So the bathroom is coded. It is a combined toilet and shower. And they also have a laundry room. So yeah, and they're all throughout the little park here. So this isn't the only building. Super nice. I'm probably honestly just right here. We'll just kind of make it an L shape.
Nice, huh?
Nice. This is really nice, the gravel pad.
Yeah.
You're right, the back end, we'll take a walk later, but you're right, the back ends didn't have cement.
We talked about that last time too.
I know.
Okay, Hyundai.
I just needed to...
Oh shoot, and I didn't bring any pans for this. Do you have a pan for your pizza? We might have to go to the store and buy a pan.
Okay. We're close.
Yeah.
So this place is really, really cute. And I don't think we're gonna have neighbors right next to us. But I mean, it is Friday night. We're supposed to have a beautiful weekend. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if people start coming in, but it's pretty quiet. So this campground was originally adjacent to a winery and tasting room. And when me and John came here about a month ago, which we did a video on exploring RV living, and this was the second to last park we looked at, because you can stay here, you can stay here long term. I don't know permanent, but long term. And we were so excited because we saw the winery right next door and we're like, this is gonna be great. We can go wine tasting. So John doesn't even know this yet. John's just walking back. So he'll be surprised to hear this too. The winery went bankrupt. So there is no winery next door. If you're in the market to buy a winery, it is up for sale. So that's exciting. We are in Dundee, Oregon, which If you want to look it up, it's spelled Dundee, Dundee, Oregon. And this is what is known as wine country. So I don't know if we're going to go wine tasting per se tomorrow. We might go in and sip at a few places, but anyway, it's just really cute. John's doing a bike ride tomorrow. He's getting ready for his big ride in May, which I'm sure he'll talk to you more about. And yeah, I cross your fingers and you'll see it, whether it makes it in this video or not. I dug up our old GoPro. I don't even know, it's years and years old. It won't even charge. Poor John. He bought a mount for his helmet because he was going to take you guys on the bike ride with him, and the GoPro like won't even charge. So we're going to try and work on that tonight and see if he can get that charged and take you guys on a ride tomorrow. If not, I will film him riding off into the beautiful scenery here. But for now, the GoPro is dead on its feet, so wish us luck.
My backpack because I have hand lotion in it.
We might have some in the bathroom.
We get great service. Like, I don't know why you would need Wi-Fi out here unless you're working.
Unless you're working,
yeah.
But if I was working, like if we did this and I was like working like this full time, I would probably get something that I could rely on like myself. You know what I mean? That's a Tiffin right over there.
Tiffin RVs by Matt RVs reviews.
I love that. Yeah, they have a sweet setup over there. They got the TV going and the baseball game playing.
We got a pretty sweet setup right here.
I'm excited for you to try your fire can.
It's a little warm for that right now.
Yeah, but that's going to be fun. You know what? It's going to get down to 40 tonight, and I do not have a coat.
I have plenty, so you can borrow one. I have like a sweater style coat. It's probably like that thickness. I have a running coat that's really, really thin, and then I have both my Ferris coats. So they're both thick. Yeah.
Oh, all right, we are settled in. We have our beverages, and we're going to go on a walk. So let's go take a spin.
Well, I wasn't going to record that. I don't think you're going to see a lot of vagabonds out here.
So we have John's fire can that we left out, and I'm like, why don't you put that somewhere? And he's like, no, not worried about it. And I think he's right. I think I just need to be more trusting. But we've actually never had anything stolen from camp.
No, and I would say still trust but verify. And there's been some campsites that we've really kind of locked up our stuff as much as possible.
Yeah.
And then there's been some that maybe we haven't. I think this one's, I mean, we're kind of like in wine country of Oregon.
This is a really nice campground.
It's an expensive campground, fairly expensive.
Yeah.
Still cheaper than going to a hotel.
It was $56
Yeah, like
a night?
$60 a night, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
And all the trailers around us are really, and all the RVs are really nice ones. Like they're all fairly new. So like there's nothing like trashy or weird.
Yeah.
You know.
We're site 47. We opted for the pull through. We were going to bring the dogs, but just decided against it. So there's a little building that has restrooms, showers, and laundry. The bathrooms are super clean. There's the winery over there, that building in the distance that is no more.
Yeah, we found out that they are being sold. I guess they went into foreclosure, Carrie was saying.
I already told him, but that's okay.
Okay, so
John's telling you guys again.
We were hoping to go wine tasting tonight, but that's not happening.
So we'll do something this weekend, though. We'll go taste somewhere. Yeah. So anyway, this is just a drive-through road. So we're actually, there's our little setup over there. So cute. Yeah, there's some nice rigs. Yeah. Some big ones. Oh, I can smell the campfire. Look at the skeleton. That's so fun.
Yeah.
So this road down here is Highway 99. This is a pretty major road. It's actually a highway. And so this campground is right off of Highway 99. But the reason I think somebody would come here is honestly, if you just want a little bit of a weekend away and stay close to home, It's a great jump off point to go to all the wineries in the area. Out in the distance, I think you can see our Casita. Look for the white little bubble. So we're pretty far off the road. Where we're at, we don't have a lot of road noise. But these end sites here, like if you stayed in 52, you'd have a lot of road noise. So anyway, John just like, you should really show that so people can see how close we are to the highway. All right, so typically when John and I leave for camping on Friday night, we make dinner easy. So my all-time favorite sandwich is salami, usually Swiss, but I compromise because John isn't a huge Swiss fan. Mustard and some type of hot pepper. These are hot pickles because I was out of pepperoncinis and needed to use those up. And then some grapes and some sun chips. John loves his popcorners, so yeah, that's what we're having for dinner. Just nice and easy sandwich.
Yeah, this is the problem about being on the road.
I didn't think about it, but I didn't think it would be that.
Either.
I didn't think it would be that busy. But you know what?
It
It's
might
probably
not be
people
that
just
busy.
coming in, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say it might not be that busy.
Tillamook. Mm-mm.
Here's this.
These are good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the cheese.
Sweet.
Yeah, I don't know, because I do remember some of these trailers being here
Yeah.
last time we were here.
Yeah. And it's so convenient. Like honestly, you can live in a beautiful area.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this, I don't remember. Do you remember what the, here, I don't want to. Do you remember what the prices were for long term?
Like, but it was pretty expensive. I want to say like $1,500.
Yeah.
But
Nice. I can't believe how warm that is.
feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah,
nice.
I bet this gets pretty
Yeah.
hot. So
I love its size. It's
Mhm.
perfect. What do you think of it?
I like it. I would like to, just for fun, put some rock in it and see if that, creates more of a heat source around it. Because right now you can feel it's really warm, like whatever way the wind's blowing. But it is awesome.
The size is great,
Yeah,
right?
the size is amazing.
Casita looks very pretty right now with the light behind it.
man. I gotta tell you, I could almost do this ride without a jacket. It's getting nicer and nicer. All right. All right. Well.
So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna go on a ride. My goal is to get 20 miles in today, bare minimum. My friend Mike, who you guys have seen on the channel, and I have a 87-mile ride coming up where we're gonna go to Vernonia, Oregon to Astoria, Oregon. So anyway, it's an 87-mile ride, about 4,000 feet of climbing. I think I can ride 20 miles pretty easy. I think I could ride 87 miles flat, but my butt couldn't handle it. So I'm trying to get my butt in shape a little bit more. So yeah, today's hopefully riding around vineyards and wine country.
And so this is your bike that you're going to be doing on the ride.
Correct.
And John got it, how many months, a couple months ago?
Almost 6 months ago, October.
So it's a Trek. Move your helmet so we can see it a little bit better. It's a Trek. Anything special about this bike? I don't really know anything about
it's carbon
bikes.
fiber, which is cool. This is my first carbon fiber bike.
So how many pounds does it weigh?
I don't know. Like in a 54 centimeter bike, which this one's a 60. So like if you're a small person, I think this bike weighs down around like 6 pounds or something like that. Obviously, the bigger you go, the more it weighs, but they never give you the weight of the bigger bikes. They give you the weight of what the small bike weighs.
Yeah. So John had actually bought a mount for the GoPro for his helmet, and our GoPro doesn't work.
Yeah.
So we definitely need to figure out an action camera. But you will film a little bit on your phone today at least.
Yeah, I'll hop off and film a couple times, and like if I'm on a nice flat straight section, I'll take the phone out and just kind of show the road a little bit.
Yeah, because this really is such a beautiful area.
It is.
So
it's cool.
John's gonna head out on his ride, and I'm gonna hang out here in the Casita.
Well, still on our ride. We're about 8 miles in. Just going through a little town of Newburgh. Super cool. All right, well, we're about 17 miles into the ride. Really cool country out here. Cool house over there. But we're just gonna kind of keep trucking.
While John goes on his ride, we are going to hang out at the trailer. There's a few things I want to do, and I'm probably going to take a walk, but I'm going to wait till it warms up a little bit. It's still 48 degrees. I'm actually surprised John left as early as he did. He was waiting for it to get a little bit warmer, but hey, go him. So we are just going to hang out at the trailer, and John will probably be gone for about 2 to 3 hours. So typically I don't eat breakfast. Normally what I do is about, 11:30, noon. I usually do a protein smoothie, which basically consists of a Fairlife protein shake, banana, organic blueberries, and like a few tablespoons of peanut butter just for added protein. And honestly, that kind of holds me all day until we do something for dinner. So I knew that John was doing his ride today, and I was going to be hanging out at the trailer for a little bit. Sorry if you're hearing noise in the background. My propane heater's on and I have my Max fan going. So we got a little noise from both sides. But anyway, I was doing the grocery shopping, and I'm just like, a bagel sounds so good. It's something I normally don't have because, well, they are so like high in carbs. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a bagel for breakfast. I just bought store-bought. They're the Seattle bakery sourdough cheese and onion and garlic. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And I figured it would be fun, if you guys are up for this, to do what's in my pantry, because I actually have to go through my pantry to kind of see what I have in here, what I need to get rid of. I try and keep dry goods in my pantry because you never know, right? And so, and I've actually pulled from here before. So anyway, I thought we would do what's in my pantry and kind of clean it out at the same time. So I'm gonna cook my bagel, eat a little breakfast. I think I'm gonna watch a little YouTube for a bit, and then we'll do the pantry clean out. All right, the bagels are done, nice and crispy. I'm actually gonna chill out and sit and watch one of my favorite YouTubers. And I don't know if you guys follow One Adventure at a Time. I love them. I have followed them for years. I've actually met them in the wild like a few times. So that was super fun. And their names are Dave and Carrie. And they have a dog, Rudel. I just love that channel. So anyway, I'm gonna sit back. They posted a new video and eat my bagel, and then we'll clean out the pantry. So when John and I got our trailer, we opted not to get the microwave in our trailer, which left a huge cupboard of emptiness. And I've actually seen some people that have put shelves in that cupboard. What I did, because we wanted the deeper space because it's a tall cupboard, and we wanted that simply because we knew we were going to either have an espresso machine or a Keurig, which wouldn't fit just kind of on your standard shelf. So we needed something that was a little bit taller. So what I opted to do is I used half of that space for my Nespresso machine, but also I used the other side as my pantry. And what I've done is I've gotten these clear totes that I paid maybe $8 for. Oh, John's back. Wow. Okay, hold on, guys. John is back. So how many miles did you go?
19.8. I'm just gonna call it 20.
Okay. How was it? Did you
Good. My derriere is
pretty sore,
but I feel better than I did on my last long ride for me that was 15 miles. So
nice. Did you see some
good.
pretty stuff?
Yeah, but I did mostly I ended up doing mostly riding around Newburgh and the campus, John Fox University campus.
Oh,
and,
cool.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Nice. Did you get some coffee?
I did not, so
No.
I will be having another
John's
cup of coffee
gonna be
here.
having a cup of coffee. All right, he's gonna put his bike away and he'll join us in a minute. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through it and show you what I keep in the trailer. Some of it probably needs to be thrown away. So let's see what I have. So it's very heavy and very full. So some jalapenos, because these are new. Tonight I am making homemade pizza. We have our oven. We didn't bring our pizza oven. We're doing it in our regular oven, and I'm making the dough and everything. And the recipe that I have, the dough only needs about an hour to an hour and a half to rise, and I love jalapeno on my pizza. All right, we got the chips from last night. Sun chips are some of my favorite. The bread that we had our sandwich on. So those were like the new things that I brought into the trailer. So what I have in here, and this is probably, some of this needs to be thrown away. Remember how I was saying in my last camping video, my honey, my olive oil, I always keep that in a bag. Well, in this is some honey and some granulated sugar. I don't know why I would have brought in sugar in the trailer. We were doing, probably when we did the cinnamon raisin bread in the bread machine, we use sugar. So the sugar's in its own bag and the honey's in its own bag, just in a big storage. So I might actually end up keeping that in because, again, that's just kind of an essential. But tell me why I have a big old bag of sugar in the raw. Can you tell I like sugar? I love sugar in the raw. I do not know why I would have had this in the trailer, so I will probably be taking this home. Yeah. Okay. Another thing I have in here is some corned beef hash. This has to be a John thing. It has to be a John thing. It expires in June 2027, so I'll probably leave it in here. Uncle Ben's rice, or Ben's original. This is May 5th, 2025. I need to use this up quickly. This we keep in the trailer because we have the Nespresso and it can totally just stop working because it needs to be descaled. And so we keep the descaler liquid in the trailer at all times, so we're never without coffee. I keep my Ziploc bags in here and oh my gosh, flour and cornmeal. John, I can guarantee the cornmeal is when John made cornmeal mush, and I don't know why I have flour in here, but I do. So I need to look at that. I might be throwing that away. Macaroni and cheese. I know this stuff is not good for you, but about once or twice a year, I will have a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. It's so good. Yeah. And then I have some Kodiak oatmeal that is expired October 2024. Look at me. February 2025, I'll toss it. So these will be garbage. And we have some bitters. And then we have some Portland vodka. That is what is in my pantry. So not bad, right? I only got to throw away the oatmeal. Okay. So anyway, now you guys know what's in my pantry. And I'm curious, if you don't have if you have a Casita and you do not have a microwave, how do you utilize that space? I know I could organize myself better to create more space, but yeah, I'm curious, how do you guys utilize it? What's in your pantry? All right, John is back from his ride. He had a great ride. We're gonna take you guys to this place called Red Hills Market, which is only about a mile from here. We have a couple things we need to go pick up. We need garbage bags because we're totally out of garbage bags. And what else do we need for the
We
oven?
need like a pan for the pizzas. I didn't remember, so like the oven that we have, it came with special pans, or pans that were the right size for it. I forgot them, and so we have the grates in it, so we're gonna take that to the store and see if we can get a pan that'll fit.
I just need something to cook the pizza on. So we're probably going to be making a square pizza, which is
Rectangle.
fine. We've made a rectangle pizza before.
Yep.
Anyway, we're going to take you to this market. It's super cool. And here we go. All right, so we're leaving the truck back there. It is so bright. I do not have any sunglasses. And we are going to walk to the market.
Yeah.
This place is so cute. They do brunch and they do lunch and dinner. We are not doing any of those things, although John might get a cup of coffee, and we're just gonna check it out.
Oh man, oh man. Are we ready?
Yeah.
So you're not gonna get next.
Yeah.
Place is awesome. Oh, and we're gonna do our new stove for the first time.
Okay, Red Hills Market is so fun. It was so busy. I didn't film a ton inside because it literally was full of people, but such a cool spot, so warm. Me and John sat down and had a pint in the sun, so that was so nice. But we are so close to town. We're actually in Newburgh now. We're headed to Safeway. We are gonna be getting garbage bags and trays for the pizza tonight. And I'm seeing a guy on the corner with a sign that says hope in Jesus. So right on, share your faith if you got it. And I think the world needs that right now.
You can tell them what you did.
Well, I went and bought myself a brand new pair of Oakleys What do we think of them? If you don't like them, don't comment.
Carrie's a big Oakley fan, and if anybody's watched the one video where she lost her Oakleys, you'll know she said she'd never buy another pair again.
Because they're so expensive. And then I started buying the cheap sunglasses again, which of course I still have. I can't lose if I wanted to. And, you know, I think we got to go this way.
I think this way will take you to the water. This way will take you this way.
Yeah, this way.
This way? Okay, cool.
You know, if you've worn like quality sunglasses, it's hard to go back to not very quality. So yeah, I went to the Oakley store, bought these buttes right here, and then of course they were having a sale. It was buy one get one 40% off, so I got two. But anyway,
you know what they say about a fool and their money.
It parts easily.
Yeah, they're easily separated. Yeah.
Okay, John, do you want to tell them what we're doing? Are you calling me a fool then?
No, not at all.
What are we doing?
We're so like on the way back to Dundee is Shampooie State Park. We've stayed here before, and so we decided,
have a video from here actually.
Yeah, we have a video from here. So we decided that it's a good spot to go use the bathroom and maybe just go on a little day hike.
Yeah, so basically I have an Apple Watch and I'm setting it to when I hit a mile, we'll flip around, so we'll just get 2 miles in, but that's good. John did a big bike ride and we're doing a nice little day hike. So hope you enjoy the beautiful scenery. It is very pretty out here. John just saw a huge frog jump in the water. How big do you think it was?
I don't know, but I can't see it now. I don't know where it went. I would have thought it would have come up. But they obviously know where to hide.
I thought it was a fish jumping.
It was a frog. Yeah. And it reminds me, like whenever I see frogs. Oh, it's over there.
Do you see it?
No, but I saw a bunch of stuff move and some bubbles come up. Whenever I think of frogs, I think of you know, that book Cannery Row, or that movie, especially the movie, because they do such a good job of the people getting in the water and gathering up all the frogs for that scientist guy.
That was John Steinbeck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anytime I see frogs, I just like, that's what, for some reason, that's what gets in my head.
Well, typically we don't see a lot of frogs in the wild here.
Yeah, that's true.
So I thought it was a fish, but we're still walking. So what are you doing?
Opening up our new stove. So Carrie bought a new stove.
Why did we buy a new stove?
Because our last one broke.
I broke
Why don't you
it.
ask me, okay, why our last one broke?
I broke it.
What's so funny is Carrie was asking me for help, so I came over to help her, and I said that it was broken, and she was like,
This was our last camping
this
trip.
is our last camping trip, and she was very like almost incredulous, like, what do you mean it's broken? I didn't break it. What? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, then we're driving home and she's like, I broke it.
I broke it.
I knew it broke when it happened.
Yeah. I was trying to do something that it didn't do. And so anyway, I just bought the same one we had off of Amazon.
But it is a little different.
It is a little different. Okay, it's a gas one. It takes butane or propane. So yeah, that we got our new stove going on, our new little 1-burner. Okay, friends, tonight for dinner, we are making homemade pizza. I'm making the dough. I'm not making the sauce. I wasn't that, what's the word I'm looking for? Like enthusiastic? I guess enthusiastic would be the right word.
Enthusiastic works. Now she did though milk the cow and separate the whey to make the cheese.
Didn't do that. Didn't go that far. But I am making the dough. I bought a cookbook about a year ago. I think about a year ago. and it's called Gourmet in the Forest, and it's by Kelly Oden. And Kelly is actually a YouTuber, and they were originally known as Dome Life, and now they're just known as Cody and Kelly. So this is a cookbook that she actually put together, and I do not know if any more are available. I know if you go to Cody and Kelly on YouTube, or if you search Dome Life, I think they still populate. I don't know if she's still selling them, but anyway, I'm making her pizza dough recipe, and it's so easy. It only takes about an hour to an hour and a half to make, and I'm gonna tell you the ingredients. So basically, I'm making 2 pizzas, and the reason I'm making 2 pizzas is because I'm trying 2 different yeasts. One is just your original yeast, and then one is a pizza crust yeast. And I'm really curious about this. So I saw this and I want to try both. So we'll let you know which one we think is better. This pizza, it is 2 cups flour. I'm just using all-purpose. 1 package of yeast, 3/4 teaspoon Himalayan salt. I am using our Jacobsen Salt Company sea salt. Jacobsen is a salt company out of Oregon, and you guys know how I love my salt, so I do love their stuff. A tablespoon of honey, and she in her recipe calls for a tablespoon of grapeseed oil. I'm actually just using good old olive oil, and then a cup of warm water. Little tip for you if you're gonna try making a recipe with yeast, you never want to get your water too hot. You're going to kill your yeast. So what John did is, since I'm making 2 pizzas, I needed 2 cups of water. He just barely got it warm above room temperature on the stove, and I'm going to put everything together. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I just went ahead and brought my flour in a Ziploc bag. So what I don't use, I will take home.
You didn't notice Carrie's shirt, Grand Tetons. We camped like 3 or 4 years ago, I think, at the Grand Tetons. There were so many fires you couldn't even see the mountains. But
I had never been to the Grand Tetons, and I was standing right underneath them and couldn't see them. I think I actually cried. I was so upset.
But it was such an amazing camping trip. We were actually boondocking in this area right halfway in between Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Parks. And it was free camping, but there was pit toilets. It was right on the Snake River. I woke up and went fishing in the morning. It was an absolutely amazing experience, and it was free. We will have to get back there at some point. But anyway, I'll let Carrie go on with her bread.
Okay,
or
so
pizza.
I did 2 cups flour. If anybody is curious about these measuring cups, I love them, but they're by Mad Hungry. Love them. We've had this one for years. Okay, so it's calling for a 3/4 teaspoon. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball that. There we go. It's looking pretty good. And then I don't have my measuring spoons out here with me, so I'm gonna eyeball a tablespoon of honey. I'm gonna eyeball a tablespoon of olive oil. Right? Does that look about it like a tablespoon? 1 for good measure. And then I am gonna measure our water. So I'm gonna go in, it's gonna be a little floury. And I'm just going to...
You're gonna have to pour it into it, I think.
Okay, and with this dough, I honestly, I'm gonna put that over there because I'm gonna use that next. With this dough, like that's everything that goes into it. So it kind of looks like this. And you use your hands.
Well, you're gonna put yeast in it though, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. That would have been a flat pizza. That would have been a flatbread pizza. Just kidding. I'm gonna do, okay, the gray bowl is the pizza one, the pizza yeast, okay? Remember that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot like the most important.
Well, maybe the
ingredient.
flour's the most important, but
Well, yeah,
but a very important ingredient though,
Yeah,
for sure.
it would have tasted different for sure.
We should also one time use our pizza flour and try it with our pizza
Yeah.
flour. That would have been fun too.
I actually almost brought it, and what I should have done was the pizza flour with the pizza yeast.
Yeah, that would have been
That
fun.
would have been
yeah.
fun.
But this is good. This will be a good because this way we're measuring just apples to apples kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, so the yeast is in there. And with this, the way I've saw her make it, and every time I've made it, I take my rings off because I usually just use my hand. And
She hasn't washed her hands all day.
yes, I have. And basically, I know it's like very messy, and I've tried to do this with a spoon, but the best way to do this is with your hand. I mean, we're talking like you're gonna be messy, but it's worth it. And then once I get this mixed, I can already smell it. It already smells just like good homemade bread. This sits for 1 hour just in a warm location. It's like 71 degrees outside, so I think we're gonna get some good rise. So basically, I will show you it when it is risen, and I'm gonna basically repeat this with the other one with the regular yeast, and we'll see which one has a better rise.
This is a white blend, Pinot Blanc, Chardonnay, Riesling, and Pinot Gris.
Nice. We love the screw tops. We're having this one because the other one we can't open.
Yeah, Carrie loves the Pinot Blanc that we have, but yeah, we don't have our wine opener with
We
us
don't
for
know
some
where
reason.
it's at. Oh, this is good.
Good.
It's nice and tart.
Good.
Super dry. Cheers. Okay, so on the pizza tonight, we are doing hot Italian sausage, which I'm gonna cook, pepperoni. I have onion, I have a red bell pepper, and a jalapeno, because we cannot miss jalapeno on our pizza. I'm looking at John, by the way. If you see me looking up, I'm looking at John. Say hi, John.
Hi, John.
So I'm gonna get cooking the sausage on our new 1-burner stove. Okay, the dough has risen. This is the pizza dough that I put the pizza yeast in. So I'm going to do this one first because I only have one pan. The other one I still left in the warm spot and it's rising. But yeah, we're going to start with this one. Now, typically, yes, pizza normally that we do is not square, but we're going to make it square today. We're cooking it in this in our, what I like to call our easy bake oven. So I will show you how we put that into this. So I definitely oil my pan before I put my dough in, and typically I just kind of drop it in my pan, and then I take a paper towel and kind of just like move everything around. So got my paper towel. I'm just kind of, I don't know if you can see, I've lost my cameraman. John's elsewhere at the moment. But basically, I'm gonna try and push the dough up the sides. So I'm trying to get the sides definitely oiled too. And that'll just kind of prevent it from sticking, and hopefully it'll just come out really easy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am just going to kind of manipulate my dough just to kind of get what I can off the sides of the bowl. And I did notice that the dough kind of formed a skin on top, which is fine, totally fine. So once it's in your pan, I'm just gonna kind of like start spreading it around. And honestly, this isn't gonna work the first time around. What you kind of have to do is like, okay, that's where I can get it. And then basically you leave it alone for like 5 minutes, come back, and like work it again. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spread this dough in this pan and get it to actually stay, because it's like kind of like elastic at this point, right? The glutens have formed, everything's looking really good, it's smelling really good. And then once I get it in and shaped to the pan like I want it and up the sides like I want it to do, I'll go ahead and actually bake the dough for about 5 minutes before I put any toppings on. And that's just really to give it that base of like crustiness that me and John like our pizza done like extra well done. So anyway, I'm gonna get going on that and then I will show you as we keep moving along. All right, let's talk about our toppings. So, always jalapeno on my pizza, always and forever, amen. The only thing I don't have here that would make it absolutely perfect is pineapple. But that's okay. I am a pineapple person on pizza. A lot of people aren't. I could have made my own sauce. It's very easy to make your own sauce. I did not. This is my go-to pizza sauce. Classico, I found, has the most flavor. But again, if you can make it homemade, it's best. And then I am going to be adding a little bit of basil. So what I'll do is the pizza's in the oven now. I'll bring that pizza out, put the sauce on it, put some basil on top of it, and then I'll dress my pizza. We are doing sausage, hot Italian sausage, and Gallo pepperoni. This is John's favorite. And it is good. The pepperoni is really good. And then I just have some basic mozzarella. So the dressing of the pizza is very easy, but it is very important. And just remember, the more you dress your pizza, the longer you're gonna have to cook it if you want it to get that really crispy goodness. Okay, so we bake this for 5 minutes at 450. You wanna bake your pizzas high, and it's great. It's already started cooking, and that's what we want. We don't want soggy pizza, right? So now, we're just gonna dress it. Me and John are definitely sauce people. Good?
Yep, good.
Okay, and then I'm gonna take the basil. So that's good. And then I'm gonna do my cheese. I am a cheese, then a topping person. I'm gonna take the cheese all the way to the edge, even though I have not made a Detroit style pizza. I'm hoping to get a little bit of that like burnt cheese at the edge. If you know, you know. It's amazing.
So we don't have like brick cheese, which is what
Yeah.
I think the Detroit style pizza uses brick cheese.
Yeah, again, we're not trying to do Detroit style. We just love that burnt cheese-ness.
You know, you still have another pizza to go.
I know, but I have this too.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna take some jalapenos. If that little bit of that juice gets on the pizza, it's flavor. We love flavor.
We're going to Flavor Town.
Taught you guys all about Flavor Town from our last camping video. All right, good? You want more?
No, it's good. Here, I'll hold this and you can just use the spatula right there.
Oh, okay.
Or fork or
Perfect,
whatever
yeah.
you want, yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Trying to make it easy on you.
And we always do hot Italian. I added a little bit of onion to it, even though like I have raw onion. But yeah, we always do. Look at those onions, how they totally caramelized. So good. Okay. Now some pepperoni because we don't have enough meat on our pizza.
Heck no.
And I put the pepperoni on top because I like my pepperoni to crisp up. Have you guys ever had the cup pepperonis? I don't know who makes them, but they're like the little pepperonis that go into a cup when you're cooking them. Oh, they're so good. Your heart probably doesn't love it because it holds a bowl of grease, but man, they are good. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of red onion, if I can get it open. I had a red bell pepper, but honestly, I was lazy and I didn't want to cut it up.
And John was lazy. He was supposed to
Yeah.
actually cut it and he didn't.
So what I'm doing now is just adding a little bit of parm, because you can't go wrong with Parmesan cheese, ever. There you have it. It probably weighs about 10 pounds. We're gonna bake this in the oven at 450 for about 20 minutes. And if it needs to go longer, it'll go longer.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that. That was perfect size.
It's perfect size. Nice.
All right, so we'll let it go for 18 minutes and we'll look at it.
Yeah. All right, so this pizza is gonna cool before we cut it. This is the pizza that was made with the yeast that's specifically for pizza crust. And then what I'm gonna do is I am going to cook the other pizza that we have that was made with just normal yeast. We're gonna cook it in the same pan, and then we're gonna test which one's better. But yeah, this one turned out really good. We're off to a really good start. All right, the pizza has cooled. John's cutting into it. Okay, so
And when we say cooled, not very cooled.
yeah, so I just put the other dough in the pan, the one that was not the pizza yeast, and I did notice a difference with the feel of the dough. Like this dough right here that John's cutting, it definitely felt like there was more of like a play with it, like a gluten stretch. And this one, it had a stretch, but nothing like this one. So I am curious if the texture of it does, is different. So it smells amazing. And apparently I was telling John we need to get a pizza cutter for our trailer. We love to do homemade pizza though.
Mm-hmm. We got some bubbles in there.
Wow,
So
look at that dough.
It's definitely doing its thing. Hot.
Oh, oh my God.
It was hot.
Was it hot?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right, we're gonna let it cool.
A little bit. It's perfect, just like the way we want it, like done and crispy all the way through.
How does it taste?
Really good.
Really good. We love homemade pizza. All right, pizza number 1 is done. All right, so here is pizza number 2. This is the pizza that we did not use the yeast that was specifically made for pizza crust. It definitely got the good cheese burn on the side, but look at the difference. When I make homemade pizza, look for the yeast specifically made for pizza crust, because this definitely is totally different.
But from a flavor.
Good morning and happy Sunday. We are getting ready to go. Checkout is early here. It's at 11 a.m. We're typically used to like 12 or 1. So we're ready to go. As you can see, I have an understanding of how the steps to hook up the trailer, but there's like that one piece of getting that, I guess I'm going to call it the hitch lock. I don't know exactly what the right word is. I cannot for the life of me get that thing down. Like John has to muscle it down. So, but yeah, I have a general understanding, I think, of the steps I need to hook up the trailer. I don't know why it feels intimidating. I do want to do a solo camping trip one time, but I'm definitely not there yet with hooking up the trailer. And I have not learned to dump yet. So that'll probably be on the next trip if we have access. Like we have sewer at our site. John's already dumped the tanks. So next time we have sewer, I'll probably have John show me that. So at least I can get started learning how to do that and hooking up water. I haven't done that yet. One step at a time, but I am going to drive home. I don't have any real anxiety of pulling the trailer. So it'll be, that's an easy part for me. So it doesn't intimidate me like hooking it up or unhooking it. This is an electric hitch, but it only works in the down function, not the up. So.
Actually, I don't think it works either function right now because
really?
when I picked up the trailer, I couldn't get it to go down.
Okay, so yes, we do have an electric hitch, it just doesn't work. All right, you think that's good?
I would. Yeah, that's good.
You want me to try it down just to see?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There you go. There you go.
Like, why is it so...
See if I can, because sometimes you just can't do it. Yeah.
This hurts. This gravel hurts. All right, guys, this is where we're gonna leave you on this rainy day. Nice campground. It's definitely a perfect launching point to go explore wineries, to go to Where did we go?
Shampooie State Park.
Shampooie State Park.
Lady Hill, if you want to go bike riding through the vineyards. I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It's a great spot for that. The campground's super clean. I don't like the early checkout, but it is what it is. I think more of the private campgrounds, I think they want you out earlier just so they can come, and because check-in's at 1, so I get it. Super clean, little loud, just because a lot of people, everything's gravel, which again, it's very nicely done, but you hear like everything, right? People driving and things like that. But the campground is nice. I would definitely stay here again.
Yeah, I would.
You?
I mean, again, not for to camp, but to use it as a jumping off spot. Or if you have a new piece of equipment, this is close to our house, so like, and it has all the amenities, and you're close to a couple towns. So like, if you wanted to test things out, like, hey, I just put a new water heater in, let's go test it before we, go somewhere far away or whatever. We could do those kind of things.
Yeah. So I would come back here again, but to do something, not just to come and like stay, because unless like we're testing something, like maybe a new escape trailer.
Nah.
All right, guys, we are going to leave you here. I'm driving home. We will see you on the next video. Peace out.